All right, everyone. We are back on the air with the next episode of the Raiders Rambles. I am Jolt, chief host of the show, and joining me is none other than my co-host, Avira.
Hey guys, what's up? I hope you're having a fantastic morning, day, or night, wherever the hell you are in the world. Um, yeah, looking forward to another amazing show.
As always, and we're here to deliver. All right. Next on the show is Aeon.
Guten Tagen, been a minute.
Wow.
Well, one episode, but yeah.
It works. Hey, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you might just be a new language interpreter. I don't know. One day hola, one day guten tag.
I
Well,
try and change, saying hello to something else
Hey,
at
it's
least.
fun. It's fun. It makes it fun. And making our debut on the show today is Icy Waters.
Hey there, guys. I'm new here. I don't know. There's just some stuff that really needs to be talked about.
That's what we're
And
here for, huh? So, in our interest, though, introduce yourself to the group. Though. Tell us, a little bit about yourself, your persona, and you, and just a little fun fact.
me?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really do too much. I work pretty much every day, so it's a rarity for me to even get a moment to sit down and be able to do something like this. But besides that knowledge, my persona is actually a hybrid between a cheetah and Siberian Husky.
Mhm.
I really like cats and dogs, and that's just my reason there.
It works.
I have two
pretty
other
cool, dude.
sodas, but that's for another time.
And I
You ever
guess the
watch
fun
that
fact that
show?
we just learned about you is that you basically love getting stoned
Oh
in a
God.
cave.
Okay. Let's
That
not get
is
into
true.
that. I was gonna go into like the more wholesome thing. I was saying, did you ever see that show Cat Dog? Yeah,
Plenty enough.
like that's what that reminded me of. I'm like, all right,
Literally,
I
right?
get that.
Lord.
Fun. Alrighty. So, we'll start off with just a little bit of housekeeping and a few announcements here. So, first off, I know last week we made an announcement that the Raiders Rambles has now found a new home on BitChute. Yes.
Indeed, we have. Now, for you guys that are watching this live, we're not going to be broadcasting live on BitChute. However, we will have our episodes posted on this website, as like a backup and stuff like that. So you can totally check out our previous episodes, like if you missed them, and that's all well and good. So check it out on BitChute.
Yeah. I'm still in the process of porting all the episodes over. We've got a good selection of them, of our backlog from the years that we've done. And yeah, we won't be able to do live streaming until BitChute has the resources available to support such a feature.
Right. Not yet, but I'm sure eventually BitChute is going to enable that kind of a feature, which I'm very much looking forward to.
And
Hopefully
I'm
they
more than
do.
happy to, throw my weight behind them.
But you know what?
Because,
Even if they don't, I mean, this is like I said, still a good backup option just to check out our episodes, and that's all well and good. Now we're on BitChute. I mean, that's cool.
Indeed.
Awesome.
Yeah, and in case something goes wrong, that too has happened, and yeah, like it's a necessity at this point. So, yeah, do drop by. Feel free to subscribe. View our backlog, and we are here to stay. Full stop, and that is non-negotiable. Yeah.
Good luck making us leave, buddy.
Right on.
Oh, don't worry. I've been hit with some mass reports, but nothing has ever fermented. Some some 1-star reviews, but nothing has ever fermented. Goes to show which kind of show has the staying power.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we're
Yep,
pretty awesome.
indeed.
Anyway, so let's get started on the items of discussion. Yeah, what a we're starting off with something a little wild and crazy, isn't it? I have with me. Recently on the news, you've heard that a well-known tire company by the name of Goodyear has decided to, basically throw up the flag in,
Oh yeah, they did.
Yes, Goodyear is one of the most prominent companies. Now, they're a tire company, all right? I'm sure you've probably seen their blimps, right? Like, or their
Yeah.
advertising campaigns.
all-
Unfortunately, they decided to go woke, like many companies did. And guess what happened? Our
They went
God
broke.
Emperor Trump decided to go ham on these people. All right, so check this out, Joel. You want to read it out?
Alrighty, so what you're looking at if you're watching the video, I'll read this to you, is a PowerPoint presentation slide, zero tolerance of acceptable and non-acceptable, attire to wear. Acceptable: Black Lives Matter, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender pride. Okay. Unacceptable: Blue Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, MAGA attire, political affiliated slogans or material.
Now, that's the problem right there. That last sentence. They said not political attire. The fact that Black Lives Matter, that's a political organization that's specifically against, like, defunding the police. So, how is that not unacceptable? What's that about?
Favoritism.
Favoritism.
hard.
Yeah, you're right.
It's kind of hard to really get into seeing recent news just on the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can talk about, the whole BLM, being terrorists, which they are, but it gets even better. So Trump had a response to this, and oh my good golly goodness, something happened with that. Let's
Yeah, I got just the thing for you. When you do something like this, and you actually have a stake involved, well, here's what he said. Here's what Trump responded: "Don't buy Goodyear tires. They announced a ban on MAGA hats. Get better tires for far less. This is what the radical left Democrats do. Two can play the same game, and we have to start playing it now."
A declaration of war, basically. And they brought it upon themselves.
Just on clothing, how crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't necessarily disagree with him, because especially, okay, so let's say, you work for a company, and everyone has a particular uniform. It's supposed to be a homogeneous thing, but no, someone has a political statement. Okay, I get that, but no, they're saying that some political statements are okay, but others are not. What's up with that? What, like, you can't wear a hat, but you can wear,
Yeah,
Black Lives Matters? Or some rainbow flag or whatever? Like, so yeah, Trump is fighting back against this. He's fighting back against censorship. And Goodyear's, my, sorry,
it actually didn't help that that Goodyear is also supplying some contracts as well for police, fire, and emergency vehicles, and a lot of other things too, including NASCAR. They're supplying tires for NASCAR, and they're supplying tires for even the president's limousine.
That's right, yes. They make tires for, so if you guys don't know, it's called the Beast. This is like the presidential car. And so Goodyear actually makes the tires for that car. And Trump was asked about this during a press conference, I think like a day or so ago. And he's like, yeah, I'm totally willing to, change those out for other tires. Like, he's not playing any games. But like,
And that's
why
when
would they
you
do
knew
this?
you messed up.
They did. Oh my goodness, did they mess up? Did you see their stock? Their
Yeah.
stock
Fell
went
down harder than my drunken
down.
uncle down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, because my goodness, like, why are they supporting terrorist groups and they don't support All Lives Matter?
Especially a
Really?
group that has pissed off everyone to no end including the moderates and the freaking silent majority.
I just don't
Everybody's
understand.
tired of this.
And then they had like this half-assed apology, and they're like, "Oh well, we
Yeah.
don't actually support this," but like,
I'll
yeah, they
pop that
really
up for
do,
you
though.
guys. Here we go. Yeah, so Goodyear's,
Oh,
you
there we
know,
go. Yep.
they did
Goodyear,
make a
okay.
tweet, and the funny thing is, yeah, the responses were kind of blocked off, but yeah, so in that case, you know, it is a bit of a one part damage control, one part, you know, attempt at apologizing. But they say first, the visual in question was not created or distributed by Goodyear Corporate, nor was it part of a diversity training class. And
Do you
next,
really believe that, though? I'm sorry.
No,
Like
I wouldn't
okay,
from a
so
freaking snake oil salesman.
let's see what Goodyear has to say.
all right. So the next important paragraph here as well. Third and finally, Goodyear has always wholeheartedly supported both equality and law enforcement and will continue to do so. These are not mutually exclusive. We had heard from some of you that Goodyear is anti-police after reacting to the visual. Nothing could be further from the truth. And we have the utmost appreciation for the vital work police do on behalf of our shared communities. That
Then
can't be said
why in
strongly
the
enough.
heck did they not denounce what they just posted?
Because money.
It's all about the money,
from
man.
who? The radicals? Really?
They think the radicals pay a lot, and considering that they're usually a bunch of rich kids with a cult of personality that they don't know how to use it,
No. This
you gotta
was,
go where the money goes. Screw the people you've been giving your business to for thousands of years or something.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You know, this was damage control. You know, this was what Goodyear tried to do, and my goodness, did it not work out very well. This was obviously from.
It was
one
pretty
of
much
their-
like a car hitting the wall at that point.
No, it's like when you apply to like get a job at Goodyear, like they would show you something like that. They'd say, "This is what's acceptable. This is what's not acceptable," and it got political, and that's why the president himself got involved in this issue.
See, I was always a believer when it comes to work, there's two separate lives. There is your home life, then there is your work life. You should not let your home life interfere with your work life, and that includes politics.
I
Agreed.
agree. Absolutely.
Agreed, man.
It
Hard,
should be,
you know?
man. Like that's how it should be, you know? Unfortunately, some of these companies like Goodyear, like that's what they do. It's bonkers, man.
It's
You
for
know-
money.
I have, in light of all of this talk about tires, there's a couple of things that I might just segue into. First and foremost, I'm sure you guys, in light of, this recent context and talk about Black Lives and so forth, what do you guys think about white wall tires?
Never heard of them.
Never heard of
white
them.
wall tires?
Yeah, like, those tires with a big white stripe around the sidewall.
Oh, okay.
Something that looks
What,
like
like
a
radio flyer?
Isn't that like on race cars?
Yeah, that's what they did in the old days, yeah.
Yeah,
They look-
Yeah, that was on race cars. That was in the cars from like the 1960s.
And 50s.
Yeah.
literally, I would like to see that kind of style like come into common life.
I do too.
I mean,
But-
I don't want to see some company that just goes woke and says, "Oh,
Nah,
well, you
hey.
can't have certain things and
You
such
know-
and such because it's offensive or whatever."
You know
That's-
something, and I was about to just say that the white wall tires, in light of this, Black Lives Matter / racism lens, is who's gonna fire up the complaints hotline?
God, should they call them tires of color?
I don't know.
Oh my
At least
God.
nobody's come up with a rainbow strip on the tire yet. But I'm not
Oh,
giving them
God,
any ideas.
Don't give
get that shit
anyone
out of
any
here.
ideas.
Come on.
Literally, you would give people seizures just trying to drive by them.
Mhm.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Like, what am I looking at? Ah!
I mean,
There you go,
imagine
shot that
somebody on
idea.
a bike or a car running in the 90s with those kind of painted tires are running around.
I'm
You would
just
have so much raves and freaking epilepsy seizures.
bro.
There's
I'm
people
just
who-
absolutely flabbergasted
What?
that the president of the United States of America would call out this company for getting that woke. I mean, my goodness. He fucking made
Well,
a
I
tweet about
mean-
it. Like, damn.
happens, right? But yeah, other than that, you now you've got to look at the next competitors. If Goodyear goes this route, who's the next? Who did you buy your tires from this time?
people are in the comments are calling out Firestone.
Yeah,
yeah,
indeed.
let's,
Well,
Firestone or
get some,
Toyo for me, man.
well, go with Firestone or Michelin.
Oh,
Indeed.
Volk, I love your icon.
Here's the thing. Also, Michelin. Ken
Yes,
Hopper says,
I was thinking about Michelin.
yeah, Michelin Man has food and tires. Goodyear has no restaurants with a fancy title. Lol. They have blimps, but that doesn't cut it.
That's just advertising, man. That's all it is. It's for the money.
I don't know if
It's
you guys saw
always
that
for the
meme
money.
of like like the fucking Zeppelin that was fired down. There was like a
Oh, God.
Goodyear
Yeah.
meme, like like
Oh,
my goodness.
I don't remember the name of it, but I'll freaking look it up.
Yeah, the Zeppelin.
Yeah,
It was
but,
the Hindenburg.
but hey, at least
Yes, there you go. You fucking got it before
There
I
was a
even named.
Hindenburg meme that had the Goodyear logo on it, and it was like burning down. And I was like,
God.
oh my goodness, that is particularly exactly what's happening. It was. My God. I can't even.
Tragedy to memes. Well, it is kind of a tragedy. It was a good company, and now it's burning in flames.
Yeah, because they went woke.
Everything's
Like,
burning.
why did they do
I
that?
think
What in the fuck?
here's the thing. You're right in all that, but I think all of this can basically be summed up by one sentence that even Foxler has to say: "Just make that damn tire."
Exactly. Make that damn
Agreed,
tire.
man. Just knock it
No,
off with the
that's
woke
all
shit.
they
Nobody want to
have
hear that.
do. They just have to make the damn tire.
Literally, like, I
But
think they're
no.
losing so much money just because Goodyear is mostly associated with NASCAR, as far as I know.
Yeah, and that's
It's-
guys going down the sink, what with all that Bubba Wallace and stuff.
Oh God.
Oh God,
That's a
he
whole
pulled a
different thing.
Jesse
That's a whole
Smollett.
different story. But no, like Goodyear could have just made their tires. That's all well and good. They didn't have to get all political, but they did. Like, why would they do that? And now they're losing like half their customers. That's
wonder-
not okay.
anyway.
Like, that's not cool. The
Yeah.
heck?
So we got one interesting or live comment just to. Inu says the baggy blimp.
Oh.
The balloons where everybody burned.
It's gonna be a classic game of blue versus red, Firestone and Goodyear.
That's the blimp.
All in the while, the freaking white people in white, aka Toyo tires, are just biding their freaking time.
I think you gotta, and if you're basically a Euro snob, you'd buy Pirellis.
Oh God, I need to get up on the car stuff.
It's not even about the car. It's about the company that just went that crazy. Like, they just went that far. And, they're just supposed to be making tires, That's
God,
it.
Just make that
They
damn
don't care.
tire,
It's money.
man.
And, of course, the blimps that, did their advertising, but that's whatever.
Yeah.
But
right.
damn! They went bonkers on that nonsense.
I know. I could use a new set of tires in the next couple of years, so
I'm getting myself
Good
a
thing
car.
you have good wrenches on my tires.
See, I get my first car, and Goodyear will not be on it.
Good.
Agreed. Yeah. Me
That's
neither.
the hate. Go through.
All right. So I believe that is that for the time being. Now, this next item has been, oh my goodness, Making the-
Lord.
all the wrong waves in the news article, and it's the new level of wrong.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Actually, hold on one second. Yeah. Ini just insisted that I check this live comment. How about they went work right before winter when at least half of America needs snow tires? Fair point.
Yeah, brutally honest.
Mostly, the South needs those tires because they're scared as hell when it comes to the snow.
I don't think they were ever prepared for for those storms. But...
Even an inch, they get all scared.
Well,
I
That
mean,
inch
here
is
in
scary.
Colorado, man, I mean, they see like 1 or 2 inches of snow down here, be it Pueblo or Denver, and everybody just starts panicking like it's the apocalypse. Like
I
they would
wonder
literally buy up all the food and run.
Wonder how Florida is
is
when
that
it
is
comes
that
to
literally
winter.
also like kind of going segueing to the whole panic buying thing in light of recent events?
Well, that
Oh
same
God,
thing
here we
happened
go
here
again.
where I live in New York.
Oh shit!
Let's get to it. We may as well because this is a big one.
All right, yeah, that's this. Yeah, Netflix also had a hand in this big one,
Right. So
and
this next story is quite the thing.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Netflix has
Yeah.
released a French movie called Cuties, and it's in there for all the wrong reasons.
Where to start?
Where to start? Well,
Let's
here's
start
where to
from the
start.
beginning with the original.
For those who don't know, this movie was actually created by two Islamic feminists who were like immigrants to France. So
What the hell?
they made this movie, and they wanted to expose I guess like the feminism of Western civilization. They wanted to. Jeez, how do I explain this in like the most PC way?
Safe for
I don't
work
know.
way?
No, they wanted to.
I mean,
Okay,
this
let's
show
hear
is
it on.
already rated
Like,
explicit,
okay,
but
all
for
right,
the sake
fuck
of
it, I'll just say it. Like the sexualization of young kids in Western civilization, and so these two Islamic women made this movie to kind of talk about that, and it didn't really work out so well because what they were trying to do was the exact opposite of what actually happened. Do you know how many
right.
people petitioned to get rid of this movie off of Netflix?
Oh God! The last time I checked, it's reaching near 400,000 and steadily climbing.
400,000.
It is the apocalypse for Netflix.
No, this is a problem. This is a major problem. Like Netflix is actually catering to this type of things.
What, Chomos?
Basically, spoon feeding content to basically what we consider the undesirable of our society.
I'm just gonna say it in the condensed way because they're not Lord Voldemort to me. Chomo. Look that up. It's not Spanish for cholo. It's the alternative way of saying,
it's Netflix, man.
I'm not trying to say the PEDO word, but god dang, I'm trying not to because we're trying to keep this thing still on here.
I mean,
don't worry, we got
if you're gonna
we got
get
side
real,
avenues
like
to keep alive.
Netflix caters to pedos, like they do.
YouTube is doing that hard right now.
I think
That's
I see you
extremely
probably want to
sickening.
make
Yeah, I know.
you probably wanted to make the point that Amazon has probably done it the absolute worst.
Oh God, yeah. Amazon apparently on I forget what streaming platform they have. They have a documentary
Twitch.
called I Pedo, and in this documentary, they basically are in favor of the pedos.
Yes. Well, have you seen this though? So a couple days ago, Netflix decided to host this movie, and after all of the backlash, because So, for those of you who don't know the context, there
Right,
was.
I'll show Avira. I'll
Oh,
show
yeah?
you what they put up in the descriptor box. What Netflix did.
Oh God, I
What
don't
they
even want to
did,
talk about it.
they said,
Oh.
according to Netflix, this is the original descriptor box, which they later had to change. Here's the original. Amy, 11,
Yeah.
becomes fascinated with a twerking dance crew. Hoping to join them, she starts to explore her femininity, defying her family's traditions.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're 11. They're 11-year-old girls twerking on stage, and they won a Sundance Award.
that
What
is
the
two.
fucking what?
That's two
Mental.
words in a sentence you do not want to hear. 11 and twerking. Why?
That's the movie. That's
I guess
what
pedos
Netflix
are
is
just tired of not
proposing.
getting any more from Honey Boo Boo. I guess that's why.
I don't know, is it basically, a lowering of standards so down the sink, it just... Yeah.
Worst off
Honestly,
is it's the coming of age movie too. So it's supposed
That's what they
to.
said. Yeah, like they're 11 years old. They're coming of age or whatever. Honestly,
Oh.
I just think it's freaking evil.
Oh, get this. And here's how Netflix tried to rebrand their blurb after their attempt at damage control when everybody went up in arms. I'll read this out to you. The new descriptor is 11-year-old Amy starts to rebel against her conservative family's traditions when she becomes fascinated with a free-spirited dance crew.
Yeah, I'm just going to be
Why
blunt
in
when
the
I
hell is that even
say
happening?
they're trying to piss off people more.
They have. This is what we call doubling down.
Bro, I canceled my Netflix account. Like, this is disgusting.
Dude, get yourself a
Wow.
Sling fucking account. I'm sorry for my language. Just get a Sling account. They give you live cable. And a good package, too. They even got a freaking DVR.
I'm thinking of getting back into cable, yeah, because, like, if Netflix is
Yeah,
gonna
go
actually
Sling. You
support
won't
this,
regret it.
This is crazy. Like, why would they support, like, softcore pedophilia? Sorry, oh my god.
Money.
I use that word, yeah.
Money,
guess
money,
what-
man.
Like, I know it's money, but, like, why would they do that, though? What the
I
heck?
don't know.
They
Money
literally
talks.
had no
This is
reason
gross,
to.
man. Like, have you seen what they did? And their half-assed, like, apology.
Apology.
They didn't even actually apologize. Someone specifically asked them, "Do you support pedophilia?" And they said, "Well, we support, freedom of artwork, and this is actually a French film, and such and such."
And then
Bro,
after that,
that
I
was
saw the
nuts.
picture, and then the person asked like a simple yes or no question answer would
A
suffice.
simple yes or no question.
See-
That's all they had to do. But they
To the-
didn't do it now, did they? No.
To the apology that they posted, I saw a meme that someone had posted, and if you guys ever seen South Park, there was a scene of some dude just going, "We're sorry, sorry."
BP, because of the BP oil spill that happened. It was full of just, fake apologies.
They're not sorry. They don't freaking care. I mean,
They never
come
care.
on.
God.
To quote Joe Biden, "Come on, man. Come on, man."
You know what though? I think there's two people who would have absolutely loved this film. First one is going to be by Hoppus, who says, one,
Biden.
Epstein.
And to Joe Biden, because of what
Oh,
he
Epstein
did during that one time.
Yeah, Epstein was murdered. Everyone knows that. But no, this film should be excoriated and gotten rid of from fucking Netflix.
It is at this point we dare need to say I know a lot of you are still keen on keeping your Netflix accounts because there's a lot of good good shows out there that are available. But
No way. I completely.
What about
canceled my
Beastars?
account
Anything I
I
watched
know Beastars.
that was good.
Yes, that is a thing, but there's also like Big Mouth. Like there's that, which is a whole nother fucking story. But
Yeah,
nah.
I mean, if it's visas you're after or some stuff like why don't you try those anime streaming services and
Don't
Back
do
on
Funimation. They
back
are
on
in
the
a lot of trouble with Toei right now.
back
and I
on the
hate yeah. Go on.
Yeah. Back on the topic that we were talking about, the cutie situation. People are still in defense of it despite all the backlash with it. And one of the things I see that is the main defense of what people are saying is it won an award at Sundance.
Yes. So
Yeah.
what?
Who cares?
It still does not excuse basically what Netflix has put out as the poster board for the movie.
It doesn't
which is
excuse the abuse of children. Like that's really messed up.
God, that poster was just disgusting. After reading the description and then seeing the poster, I wanted to throw up, man. It was gross.
People are gross, man. I mean, that's why they do gross things.
It's evil.
I think that's an unavoidable fact of
It's a
life. I
crime.
mean,
But
Yeah.
I do enjoy the fact of how quickly Netflix scrambled to try to cover their mistake, but it was way out the door at that point. I seen the trailer video and it's review bomb to hell. That video has no chance of surviving.
Yeah, like they tried to cover themselves like so hard, but like they actually like really didn't with that whole like fake apology. It's like, oh, it's so creative and whatever the fuck. Like they really didn't though.
It can win all the
Like they
awards at
didn't
once.
get rid of it. Like it's still on Netflix. You
Yeah,
can still
see-
watch that crap.
See, they just don't care.
Yikes.
Because if they cared, they would listen to what the people are saying, understand, and get rid of it. Because even if it does premiere, who the fuck's gonna watch it, knowing the fact of the background of the original poster, the description?
Man, I don't know. Like 450,000 people. Almost
But
like,
I'll tell you
almost
who
half
will
a
obviously
million
watch it.
are
There's-
like not all about that. Like a lot of people are really against it. It's like that makes a fuck ton of sense.
There's just one group of people who will watch it, and that is the people who are interested in children, which is very foul. But even more like amazed and aghast I am is the poster and then the rating for the movie. Like, come on.
Yeah, that was in their apology. They're like, oh well, this particular thing. Well, whatever. I already told you about that.
I mean, it would be.
That was
Imagine
very
if they rated it like PG and that, and like, please.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but like, if they're actually gonna apologize for that, I'm like, man,
Be serious. Take
just
the
get that out in Netflix, man. Like, no one wants to see that.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. At this point, it might
That's
just be
the-
time to. Yeah.
That's the best apology they can give to anyone is to remove that foul movie. I mean,
And-
we haven't even seen it yet, but still, after just that shit show with the poster board, it's just not even worth seeing now.
I
It's just
know,
too
but, like,
psychotic
isn't
at
that
this
so
point.
pathetic?
Imagine the thing if the feeders weren't actually down and all that, and that thing aired on the big screen, then I think you have another big recipe for disaster.
Now, I do hold one question. One, who in the hell allowed that 11-year-old to do such a movie?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Ask the French.
The French are against it too. Don't think that they are in support of it.
Even though they do kind of make this stuff.
French, they've always been interesting, especially in the history aspect. You know,
I
the head
know.
chopping aspect. They're kind of crazy, okay?
I know,
But
and I know they're
even-
crazy when they protest and riot and stuff, but
Even then, they still are smart enough to know that That poster was fucked, and that's literally all I can put it.
Right.
That poster was disgusting, and unfortunately, I have to say, it's not uncommon to see something like that in the United States, where we have, child pageants or whatever. Like something
And
like that is like, it's just advertised. It's kind of gross, but like, that's just what happens.
did you know child beauty pageants actually been banned?
Who?
Child beauty pageants are actually banned in the United States.
Oh, thank God. I
Thank
didn't
you,
know that.
God.
Wow.
I don't remember how long
Jesus.
ago it's been banned for, but that's why you don't see anything about Honey Boo Boo.
I'm
Wow,
guessing everybody
good.
just got tired of their mothers living through their children and making them, well,
No,
It
I
was
I
the
into-
think like
abuse.
most normal people would see, child pageants as like something that's abusive and disgusting, and they wanted to ban it. Yeah, I totally get that. Thank God they're banned. Wow. Is that really a thing?
look at what it did to Honey Boo Boo and many others. I
don't know.
mean,
I'm
the
Honey
damage
Boo
count
Boo.
is high, bro.
I'm Honey Boo Boo. I ate this whole chicken.
Oh,
God.
gee.
I mean, Jesus, Lord, Mary in heaven. I'm trying not to curse here, but bloody hell. That thing is a drama episode in and of itself. And we all thought Fire Saga, how that happened, was freaking nuts.
Well, I think the whole idea of child pageants are kind of nuts.
Yeah.
If there's a law against that, that's totally fine.
I guess
in my
now
book.
it's a thing of the past. That's probably best stayed buried.
Yeah.
Should be.
Alrighty.
For the rest of eternity, never to be brought up again.
All right. So, we have any live comments going on?
Doesn't seem like it.
Really?
Not an awful lot
Nothing?
as we were
No one's
expecting,
commenting
but
anything?
it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
This sucks.
But other than that, though, so we've still got another item on our docket, and I think this one is kind of indicative, more so, about the current state of the of movies and the superhero genre in general. Right. Wonder Woman 1984 will feature parallels between Donald Trump and villain Maxwell Lord. The main enemy is capitalism.
Why?
Right. I don't know why they'd ever have, want such a movie, but it's Hollywood.
That's suicide at this point, man.
I think, if you look at the state of Marvel, DC, and and how if the comics industry isn't faring too well, then that kind of just reflects on the movie industry too. And the
Very much
superhero
so.
genre thing is pretty much, I don't know. Would I actually be wrong as to say it's peaked? It's basically on the decline now.
Yeah. It's a Marvel main movie, right? That's what they plan? God. No, not Marvel.
I don't think so. But I mean, just as a general line of thinking, like you look at the superhero movies we've just had in the past couple of years. What have we had? We've had Captain Marvel. We've had, and how did they all turn out?
Lord.
Oh, not
They
very
suck.
well.
This had a budget of $175 million for Wonder Woman 1984.
And still, they decide to blow that by going, by taking this angle. I think at that point we can just imagine, how much of a monetary loss are they going to expect out of this one? Not even Wonder Woman's name tacked on it could save it.
It's done. Let it die.
And that's really unfortunate. Like, man, that is a very sad take to take. That just let them die, right? Like Wonder Woman is freaking cool. No, she has
And they managed to
truth
ruin her
whip.
freaking quick.
No, but like, no, she's just one of the superheroes. That's all well and good. I don't feel like, SJWs have to, make her better than the other superheroes. Like, why would they do that? I think this is totally fine. But the fact that they're trying to like do this, and it's not even just like about her. It's other, you know, identitarian politics. Getting
Nah,
involved
look,
in.
I'll get you the what they think why they chose this as a plot line. Read this here. The film associate producer Anna Ropta would hint at why they chose 1984 for the film's title. She notes
I
that it,
know,
quote
but
unquote,
like,
she notes that it was at the peak of America's power and its pride. It was everything commercialism, passion, wealth, even violence was in excess. It was a greed of desire. And when you say 1984, you probably know there's one book that you probably would draw a parallel to. The famous
well,
one by George
that
Orwell.
George
kind of
Orwell's
upsets me a
famous
little
novel.
bit.
Yes. Right. When asked when we would refer to George Orwell's famous novel, the producer, Charles Raven, responded, "We should have that conversation after you've seen the film." Yeah. Well, about that.
Yeah, it feels like they're trying to pull a fast one.
I would say the term you'd be looking for, Aeon, would be bait and switch, wouldn't it?
True, but it seems like they're really trying to pull a fast one. I mean, let's talk about it after you see the film. No, let's talk about it right frickin' now, man. Don't beat around the bush because I know you're not going to give me an answer.
I'm just more concerned about SJWs like infiltrating, comics and just trying to do that kind of stuff.
I think.
They are trying hard.
They're trying so hard, man. Yeah, they are.
Hey, to go off a little bit off topic, this sort of thing, like in light of recent revelations, I'm sure a lot of you would understand that if maybe you've seen the latest trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Oh god, I need to watch that trailer. But
I did. I think it's interesting. But I do not trust Treyarch at this time, considering what's been going on with 4 and the whole political thing that they've been going with.
the one thing I already hear about the Cold War that people are getting a little pissed about is they're gonna have rank matchmaking just the same as Modern Warfare. They're not changing the system whatsoever.
And that is lazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, right now, I'm seeing that a lot of people have become so up in arms about the reveal of the Call of Duty Black Ops, Cold War trailer, because it featured, KGB defector saying, issuing the warning to America based on real events.
Well,
And-
based on real events, it's going to take a lot of liberties.
Right. But to be honest, though, I know that there's Call of Duty, and that has been made a lot of controversies too, like with with the phosphorus thing that made a lot of outrage.
And then everybody just forgot about it like it just didn't even happen.
Yeah. And now this though, would you actually trust that the developers could actually deliver justice on the plot line? But I mean, I get it. Call of Duty's never been known about the plot line, but still.
I hope so.
Well, I mean, there was a time when it was known about the plotline. I mean, look at the Modern Warfare series up to 3 before the remake, and the Black Ops series before they just dropped the campaign entirely.
Mm-hmm.
They were known for that as well, and now all of a sudden, let's just make some half-baked story, but for the first time, let's actually try with Modern Warfare reboot.
Understand what's going on around.
Oops. Yeah,
You're watching it now.
Yeah, Yeah, speak of the, just speak of it.
Speak of the
Speak of the
devil.
details, huh? But I think essentially the point I was getting at by drawing this parallel is that what Yuri's describing is pretty much what's happening with, and they're using movies as a medium for that, just to get back on the whole topic with, the Wonder Woman 1984.
People are told the future.
Indeed,
Okay.
actually.
I just watched the trailer for Call of Duty Cold War. That is such a shitty trailer.
I mean, the only time that like I said, when like with the story and all that, but there was a time where they had some good, decent trailers. I mean, look at Black Ops 2 when it first was revealed. That was pretty banging.
Yeah. Some of the trailers are really good. But that was just like lazy and kind of just pieced together.
I mean, they're trying to screw with you.
I mean, I know your complaint is that if the Call of Duty thing might be pulling another fast one as well if they decide to show the whole VLM stuff in game like they did the other day in the loading screens.
Yeah, that was a very bad idea because the minute Fortnite tried to emulate something like that by giving players tomatoes to throw at racists, I think it's been a while since I even saw what went down there.
Oh yes.
Everybody started throwing the
I did
freaking
see that.
tomatoes at the Black Lives Matter murals and all that.
Yeah,
Everybody was
they
sick
just
of
want-
it.
They just wanted to game in peace.
And it's like these people don't
What
understand.
you gotta do? I mean, no furries want like some political nonsense, infiltrating the fandom. That's some crazy stuff.
I mean, I don't know. Let's say if your favorite FurCon had to host, in the opening ceremony they basically pulled a George Floyd stunt. At that point, how would you react? Like if that was in this, as part of the proceedings?
Well, George Floyd was a thug who was,
I mean, I'm talking about the
Bracket.
if they had an 8 minutes 46 of silence of some sort.
Yeah,
well,
for
that's
how
just
long?
Stupid. I wouldn't even bother.
In that ceremony, and then and then
They
they showed.
treated Floyd like he was a mythical figure.
Yeah, he also did a lot of meth. That too.
And that's how he died. It wasn't the cop
Yup.
doing his knee for once, actually. It was because his heart literally friggin' exploded, man.
Yeah, well, he had a lot of drugs in his system. I mean, we all know that, obviously. But yeah, that's just how it happened. It's crazy.
To get back onto the whole Wonder Woman thing. Look at this. They just literally said, they literally made the villain Trump by making parallels to what him and Trump's life. Look, the Romano would then also say, expect parallels between Max and Trump. Photos of the fired reality TV star with a trail of bankruptcy filings and so on. Seriously, you're gonna literally take the worst of Trump's life and just stick it in?
They're gonna do it because it's politically correct.
I mean,
This is what brings in the money for them.
Gosh, since like 2016, our world has become even more politically focused than it was before.
I'm gonna say this from one of my recent videos that I did. It shouldn't be about race. It shouldn't be about sex. Vote for you who you want to vote. You do you. Just if you're gonna hear criticism about your pick, expect the criticism. You don't get to defend. You don't get to start attacking people because they disagree with you.
Exactly.
Vote for who you want to vote, man.
I don't want to get into like that political nonsense, No, I just want to be a furry. I just want to have fun. Go to conventions.
Be a degenerate.
All this. Well, yes, I am a degenerate. because
Hugs
I'm a
and
furry. I mean,
wuzzles.
obviously,
Ooh,
yeah.
woo.
All right, whatever the hell, whatever y'all gonna say about that. Shut up. But whatever, man. Like, I don't want like politics like getting involved in like my furry events. Like, it's crazy.
But
It's
yeah,
just how,
that's
the world
that's how the
is.
world works at this point in juncture of time. It's sad, but yeah, I know we're a little bit, So, but I guess at this point we're a little bit whatsoever with what's been happening. I know it was a bit of a struggle at times to find things, but hey, I think if
I
this
mean,
is what we've got,
I think
then
we had some pretty good stories, especially about like the whole Netflix thing. Like, my
I
goodness,
don't know. Like
why are
it,
they
I
supporting that?
think. Look, I'll be real here. Like I think what we just found was the biggest blow up that's been talked about at the moment. Just
Seems to
why
be.
does that need to exist, right?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, why does it need to be in there at all?
Yeah.
Because like that's what they're doing, man. Like, oh my goodness.
Not to mention,
gracious.
other blow ups too. Goodyear blow up.
Yeah, literally. Oh my god. I hope they don't actually blow up though.
Yeah. I
Fun
don't know.
fact, I'm going to twist the knife one, before we finish off, clear off with the Goodyear thing. Did you know, in the 80s or 90s, they discriminated against a female coworker? Since they want to play politics, let's bring that up. And she
Oh, no.
sued them
I-
into the ground. Well, she couldn't sue them because, the time had passed. But it opened up the door, or Pandora's freaking box, for them to for Congress to actually push an act against them saying, they can't do that.
That's bullshit that the statute of limitations dried up around the time she wanted to sue them. She should have done it sooner.
She just wasn't aware. Nobody told her. That's the sad part. Nobody told her until it was too late.
I didn't know.
She had no idea. So, but that didn't stop Goodyear from being literally hunted down by freaking both political parties for that. They got destroyed. And now here we have this almost a political go again, and they are scared for their lives. Because it's like, oh god, here we go again.
The stock did drop quite a bit after that whole debacle.
Well,
Yeah.
So I guess the biggest takeaway is that if you must shop whether it's from a film streaming service or for tires, I think it's time you basically ventured off the track, so to speak. But try Firestone for a change.
No pun
Try
intended.
cable TV.
Yeah.
All right. So in that case, though, I think it's high time. That's what we've got for the week. So who'd like to start wrapping up one person at a time?
I will want to say at least regarding the whole cutie situation, people are still defending. I might be repeating myself here. They're still defending over the quite blatant fact of the poster is the main look of what we're looking at. But when you go into the movie, they're trying to say the context of the movie is to be overlooked. The posters to be overlooked with the context of the movie. Even then, Netflix is still in the wrong for putting up such a foul poster and trying to promote the movie like that, especially in America.
It'll just cause a massive jarring culture and all sorts.
What were they gonna expect that people are gonna be fine with it after reading that description?
No normal.
No, they are not.
Would be fine with that.
No.
All right, Aeon?
I'm sure you can.
Well, I think, besides the BF Goodwin situation, I have no hope for Wonder Woman 1984 now.
And
The first film, okay, it was good, before the Justice League madness kicked off, but after all this, no, I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but let this die. If this is how they're going to learn, let it die, man. At this point, that's all I can tell you. Just vote with your wallet. Just don't give them it anymore. They don't seem to be listening.
I'd really agree with that, and the wider superhero / Marvel DC bubble in general. I say sometimes things must die in order to be rewarding to something good, and I think they want to do this. They want to waste all that money. Yeah, let it die. They want to waste all their money on on loss. Yeah. All right. Hey Vera.
Well, thank you
Yeah,
so much for checking out our show tonight,
Mhm.
and check out our new platform on BitChute. Yeah, that's
Indeed.
pretty. That's it. I hope to see you guys next week.
Alrighty then. So once again, thanks to all those who tuned in. It's been a interesting sort of week, and I hope you enjoyed this as much as we all did making it. As always, our episodes are available on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and now BitChute, which also bears repeating. And further down the line, we too will be on the lookout for more platforms to host the show. And it is not negotiable that this show will be staying. It will never vanish for as long as the show shall run. Well, I mixed my words up, but you get the point. It's staying. This is us signing off for the week. Farewell, and until next time.